Hi, welcome to Tantra Tutorials. My name is Tammy Morris and I'm going to teach you an exotic dance intermediate level. All right, so we are gonna start with the pas de bourrées at the beginning of this routine. So all of these footsteps are really broken down in our footstep tutorials. So I'm just gonna teach you how to put everything together and break down anything that hasn't been broken down in another segment. So I'll quickly just go through this. So remember your pas de bourrées. Okay, so we'll come around underneath that arm. Remember to have the arm fairly high so that when you come around, you're not getting tangled up in that arm. The very last one, okay, you're gonna keep that arm up high because we're gonna go into that windmill. So you wanna make sure with your windmill that on your very last step, you're reaching up high. It's not low. You wanna make sure that you are reaching up high enough that you can recruit the muscles because you wanna make sure you're lifting up. If you're not lifting up and recruiting the core muscles, it's gonna be really difficult to get those legs and those hips all the way up and around. So I'll show you what it'll look like if your arms are too low. If your arms are too low, it's gonna be harder to get those legs all the way up. So make sure you're reaching up nice and high on that last one. And so the progression is basically step one is lift. Step two is then bring the legs around. So in your very last step, you actually want to bring your leg through the front and open up your hips away from the pole so that you get that full range of motion all the way around. All right, so this would be my last step. My arm is still fairly high. I'm reaching up. My legs coming through, hips are opening up. Step one, lift up. Okay, bring one leg, other leg, fold it back into the splits. And if you can't do the split, then land in that jazz split or half split, and that's totally fine, all right? So from here, okay, from our split, we're gonna bend that bottom leg, bring that top leg, and you know, depending on flexibility, you want this leg to be straight. So it's better if it's straight than kind of struggling here. So depending on how flexible you are, but just try and make sure this leg is straight. Then we'll turn all the way over. Okay, always use a little bit of leg play to make it look interesting. And now here's the part I really want to break down for you is coming up. So it's like a knee pivot. So we're gonna reach up with that inside arm and pivot all the way around. So as I come up on my knees, I'm gonna replace my hands, and then it's my outside leg. So my outside leg, the toe touches down, I pivot, and I reach behind. So I'm gonna reach behind the back foot, not in the middle. Reach behind the back foot, put my weight into my arm, and then my right leg or back leg comes out, I push up, and step down. Now here I have to get to the other side of the pole and replace that hand. Okay, so then that's that single arm iguana right here. So make sure you have a really good grip with that top arm. Pushing from the shoulder in that bottom arm, so don't allow any bend. Then what I'm gonna do is kind of lead with one leg. Push. And make sure you land one foot first, so you absorb that shock. And then I always land with one leg bent and one leg straight. Then I'm gonna turn around. Okay, I'm gonna pull my knees, I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I don't wanna be too far away from the pole. I wanna be close enough that I can get into that bracket hold. All right, and then from that bracket hold, Remember, you're gonna push out into a plank. So the first step is to push back, making sure that you're slipping on your toes. This is hard if you're not wearing, something slippery for your feet. So you're gonna push back, plank, then lift the bum. Swing around. Pull your feet back in, push up. Okay, all the way up to the top. And you're gonna put that all together, smooth it out.